this is my conclusion to those videos that everybody putting out about Ebony K and women of her ilk, whether they are Ebony K status or even lower. No matter what your success is in life, it's never good enough for those women of that ilk. Whatever you do as a black man and you're successful at it, even if you become a multimillionaire, it's never good enough for them because it doesn't have a white skin, palm color connection to it. So no matter how successful, whether you blue collar, white collar, as a black man, it never matters to them what you do and your status in life. Even if you just making anywhere from 35K to almost 6 to 7 figures or more. No matter what you do, it's never good enough for the women of the Ebony K Michelle ilk. It's never good enough. So at that point, this is where brothers gotta bow out. This is where brothers gotta bow out. And this is why you have the passport bros winning. Because these women, other places know how much those brothers make. And they will take those brothers in. And when those other groups of women, whether they be in Dominican Republic, whether they be in Colombia, Brazil, those sisters, those Cambodian, Filipino, Vietnamese women, they know how much those brothers make. And they'll say, hell yeah, we'll take them brothers, y'all don't want them. And that's the whole point. It's almost like a video Source WP did a while ago where he was saying that you have Indian guys who say, well, that woman not really that attractive because she's dark-skinned, all on the strength that that woman dark-skinned. We all know the colorism amongst Indians. But when Source made the point, okay, what if them women decide to date out and date black men? They like, oh, no, they can't date you. You can't date our women. You know, even though we don't want them, you know, you can't date them. And the reason why it's that is because they're afraid if other women, if they women, the darkest skinned women of Indian society jump the fence and say, we're gonna get with black men who got their shit together and well to do, that would destroy them because they feel like, oh, you know, we got all these women, and then that's a cascade effect. And then another thing, these other groups of women, which is kind of messed up in a way though, they see that black men are the most liberal of all the men of any ethnic group, whether it be the men of their race. Even Arab women see this shit. That's why you have a lot of these Arab women don't care about jumping the fence and getting with a brother and just cutting their whole family off if it's gonna mean for them to live a better life and to be happy. They will actually cut their whole family off. But they ain't gonna cut their whole family out for a nigga that's doing shit. It's just like another video where this Afghan sister got with a black American dude who was living in the hood. And she was complaining about this brother living in a society, the community they live in, and the living conditions she had to live in. So I told her, why couldn't you just marry better? Why couldn't you get with somebody who got his shit together? You made that choice. You see? And that's the problem. When you make a choice, you got to make sure you make that choice right. Because you only got once to make it fuck up. Only once. But yeah, as far as on the Ebony K, yeah, I agree with the hyperbole. And I think at a point, yeah, brother, if you can't afford that woman up there in her ilk, you don't want that woman anyway. That's why you have these videos where you got women hopping off in cars with strange dudes because they got a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Corvette, hopping off in these dudes' cars. If these brothers were just driving a regular Toyota Corolla, they wouldn't hop off in their brother's car. that brother could be a millionaire, because a lot of times this is for y'all people, y'all black folks. Success is not measured by what you drive. You have some of the most richest white men who, you have Warren Buffett, who lives on a damn farm and drive an old 1995 F-150 Super Duty truck on his farm. And you wouldn't even know. He go down to town. They treat him like he a regular dude. This guy a multi-billionaire. But he drives around in not a raggedy truck, but it's an old 1995 F-250 Super Duty. And you wouldn't expect that dude, other than you don't know who he is, you know he Warren Buffett. But in your mind, you'll have a woman of their ilk say, why he driving around in that old truck? That's because he don't put a value on what he's driving. He put a value on what he's worth. That's something y'all sisters don't understand. He put a value on what he's worth to society, what he's worth in the community. Not what he's driving, not what he's wearing. That's something y'all don't understand. Men that come from wealth, true wealth, don't run around wearing no gold chains and all that shit, because they don't have to have that shit to be worth something. The only people that do that is people that come from poverty, because they want to make sure people, and I understand, you come from poverty, you want to make yourself look like you're wealthy. But once those guys get older, you notice they don't wear all that shit. I seen a video where you had Young Thug. He said, man, he be buying shit from Walmart and just throw a gold chain on. He can go to the club like that, and women know him who he is. Men know him who he is because what he is, his intrinsic value as a human being, what he is as a person. That's when you get to that point where you get wise, and not only that, you acquire your wealth grow because you became wiser. You know, you don't need no 1,000 gold chains and $100,000 watches and shit to make you a man. That's all I want to say. Over and out.